It's Jonathan Kersting. I'm with the Pittsburgh Tech Council. It's our 40 stories. We're talking to the coolest people. We're members of the Pittsburgh Technology Council and Joe Zeff. You're a guy that came to Pittsburgh with like a bang in such a cool way. You were like ripping it up a few years ago. We're so glad you're in Pittsburgh doing what you're doing. You're a boomerang.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just coming on 2 years.
Is that what it is?
2 years ago, last July 2021.
Okay.
Decided, you know what, gonna give Pittsburgh a try, called it the Pittsburgh Test,
Yes.
Loaded up the car and the dog and the wife, and we rented an apartment in Shadyside, rented an office in Bakery Square, and tried to figure out whether this was the place for us.
And you came back. I mean, you did it with your face everywhere. It was so cool. Man, he's into marketing. You're a marketing guy without a doubt. And it was so cool to see you just saying, Joe Zeff is here, and I'm here to help you kick some butt on the creative side of things. You do some amazing work.
Thank you.
Tell me about Zeff Design and some of the stuff that you do, because you're really embracing technology like head on.
Yeah, Joe Zeff Design helps companies tell better stories, and we do it in a lot of different ways. Some of that is done digitally through websites, traditional media. Some of it is next generation. We're doing a lot with augmented reality and using new technology to help people tell stories. So really excited that Apple is doubling down on augmented reality.
Rumor has it they are, yes.
You know, it seems to be. There's something coming down the pike. So sort of feel like was a little ahead of the curve on this one, and I think that's paying off for not only my business, but for Pittsburgh.
Totally. Let's talk about the augmented reality, because you're doing some really cool stuff with some
Thanks.
great clients here in Pittsburgh. I'm thinking of like Astrobotic and like the Moonshot
Sure.
Museum. Like, walk us through what you're working on with those guys.
Yeah, so with Astrobotic and the Moonshot Museum, you have the ability to walk into the museum and see an augmented reality model of their Peregrine lander, which today you could walk over there and see the Peregrine lander in their clean room. But later this year, when that goes to the moon, it's not leaving a trail. It's not leaving anything there to help people understand what was built here in Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
So
I love it when you say that was built here in Pittsburgh, because that's what makes it so cool.
It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, just this idea. That's one of the things that I learned during the Pittsburgh Test that I continue to be amazed by every single day. There's just all of the amazing things happening in this one city.
Sometimes I feel like you're a kid in a candy store around here.
This place is amazing. I mean, it really is. There's just innovation happening everywhere. One of the things that I'm hoping to address just in my next 2 years here is just helping the rest of the world appreciate what's happening here in Pittsburgh.
And I love that, because we need more folks that are running their business here, making their money here, but at the same time taking the time out of their schedules to make it a point to say, Pittsburgh's doing some amazing things. Pittsburgh's a place you can invest in, you can live here. And like, look at me, I've done it. I did the test, and you passed.
It's totally true. I mean, I think that's if there's a problem that I'd like to try to fix as it relates to Pittsburgh, getting that message out in a way that people can, outside of Pittsburgh, can immediately associate what's happening here with the innovation that's making this place come alive.
We need a couple dozen more of you here to do that with us, Chip. I'm glad we got at least one. I think that's totally fantastic. So, I mean, obviously, you want to see a bright future for Pittsburgh. What are your thoughts on where Pittsburgh could be if everything kind of went to some kind of a plan?
Yeah, sure, totally. I mean, there's just such amazing things starting to happen here. What's happening with space is unbelievable.
Totally.
What's happening with robotics is a story that, you know, that industry has continued to grow here and flourish. I think that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I think if I do my job right, if others do their job right, the world thinks of Pittsburgh when they think of innovation. I think right now, people think of Pittsburgh, they think of the Steelers, they think of Permane sandwiches. They might think of one company versus another.
Right.
And I think that there's the opportunity for people to think of Pittsburgh and think, oh, that's the place where innovation happens. That's the place where there's companies like Crystal Biotech. There's companies like Astrobotic. There's companies like Duolingo. And I think that where it is today, these companies are all parts of separate conversations. I think there's one conversation to be had. It's about what an amazing place for innovation Pittsburgh is. And I think there needs to be a more concerted effort to make that story resonate outside of
I just love when you talk like that, because I get all excited. I want to help. That's what we're trying to do with the Tech Council, so I absolutely love it. Before I let you go, why did you join the Tech Council? What do you get the most out of being a member of the Pittsburgh Technology Council? I
learned about companies that I knew nothing about. Even when I walked in the door today, you showed me a piece of technology in your lobby that I had no idea even existed. And I think that's one of the challenges of Pittsburgh, is that there's so much happening here, but there's no one place where you can just immerse yourself in it. I think the Pittsburgh Technology Council is the closest thing to it.
I love it.
I think I come to your events, and I meet individuals who inspire me. I learn about companies that are doing amazing things, and it just helps. It gives me that enthusiasm about Pittsburgh that helps me wake up in the morning and think, how can I help other people see what's happening here?
Love it, man. As I said, we need a dozen more of you here in Pittsburgh doing what you're doing. We're going to start with you. So glad you're here. So glad you're part of the Tech Council. Thank you for being part of our 40
Of course.
Stories.
Thank you. I'm honored.
You're the best, man. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.